What if Goku chose love over safety? In a world ruled by fear and cruelty, two souls chase the same impossible legend for very different reasons. One is a wanted fighter searching for purpose in a life that has given him nothing. The other is a captive girl forced to serve a ruler who sees freedom as a privilege, not a right. The Dragon Balls are said to grant any wish, but wishes always come with a price. When Goku and Chi-Chi's paths collide under the cover of night, an uneasy alliance is formed. What begins as a shared journey for destiny slowly turns into something far more dangerous: attachment, trust, love. And when the world threatens to tear Chi-Chi away, Goku is faced with a choice that could change everything. This is the story of a boy who was never meant to care this deeply. And the moment he decides that some things are worth risking everything for. Long ago, in a kingdom down south, lived a young teenage boy. He had wild, untamable black hair, with black onyx eyes. He was mysterious, wanted man. He was wanted throughout the kingdom. He wore a loose black tank top, tan loose pants, black shoes, and wore a black jacket with a hood to hide his identity. Villagers thought by his recent actions that he was an absolute criminal, so he was hated and treated poorly by those around him. To be honest, he never did the crimes on purpose, he was tricked into cruel deeds. He was a poor from the beginning, taken in by a random stranger, and was abandoned by his guardian at a young age. He believed in a certain legend of some kind, something called the Dragon Balls. No one has ever seen them, the 7 orange mystical balls, but the teenage boy never believed in the impossible. He was going to find those orbs, no matter the cost. He wanted to find his purpose, his destiny in the world. He felt like he had no reason to live, since he had nothing to begin with. It was greedy to have a common desire for the so-called myth. Someone wouldn't possibly make it up for no reason, would they? Would they make up a filthy lie just to pick up people's attention? No one ever knew, since no one has ever obtained the lost spheres before. So, he set on a journey for the lost balls, and find his destiny, and gain respect from others. His name was Goku. Inside the fortress walls, there was a servant teen girl, who longed for freedom. She also believed in a little kid's fantasy. She never gave up hope. She prayed for one day she would obtain freedom, and live a happy, long life. The ruler, he was a cruel man, who wanted immorality and world domination. His lifespan was shooting out, and he wanted to stay alive forever and rule all. He punished the innocent, brought pain to the weak, and hurt those in need. The servant girl, who wanted her freedom, was brought to the leader as a slave. She came from a poor clan, who worked for the ruler for centuries. She was tired of being used for evil duties, but, if she refused, she would be slaughtered for resisting. And she knew, she was on Earth for a reason, so she obeyed orders. The leader heard about the myth one day, the story about the Dragon Balls. He heard that you can get 2 wishes if you gather all 7 orbs. The girl heard about it too, and she wanted to seek the Dragon Balls to gain her freedom. The Highness gave her a task, to find the 7 spheres, so he can gain his evil desires. So she set out of the kingdom, to find the balls and see if they are really a myth, or if they're real. Her name was Chi-Chi. 2 days ago, Chi-Chi was called to the Grand Ruler, for another task to complete. The only thing fulfilled, was the Dragon Balls, to gain freedom. The slave was taken to the ruler with a few guards, and as she approached him, she bowed down to him. She rose after a few seconds, and waited her daring assignment. The king looked down at Chi-Chi with disgust, because she never wore the best clothing since she was unfortunate. But, she was a talented woman, she had good martial arts skills, and she was very sneaky, perfect for tons of jobs. Chi-Chi, do you know why you're here before me? No, my lord, I have no idea, but, do you have a new duty for me? Indeed, he said, getting up from his throne. He slowly walked around Chi-Chi, staring at her as he kept circling her. I want you to obtain something for me. Whatever you'd like, my lord. There are these mystical orbs, called the Dragon Balls. They can grant any 2 wishes. And, there are certain things I want. You understand your orders? Yes, lord. Good. You will start searching immediately, because I want to gain my wishes as soon as possible. And if you cooperate, I might give you your freedom. Just maybe. If you slip up, Fail, or disobey my demands, you know the consequences. Yes, my lord, I accept. I'll give you some clothing to travel with. Then, you start your search. Yes, lord. Okay, you are now dismissed. Chi-Chi nodded, and the guards escorted her to the dressing room, where she got some new attire. She put her long hair in a high ponytail, wore a black long-sleeved shirt, with black tight pants and black shoes, and wore a black mask over her face to hide her identity. She left the palace, and began her journey in the dark night. Back to present. Goku was in the shady forest, in the middle of the night. The moon was a slight crescent, surrounded by few stars that dully lit up in the sky. He could hardly see his shadow, that was always stalking behind him. He took off out of the kingdom, not ever looking back. He wasn't gonna regret anything, at least not yet. He had to find the Dragon Balls at any cost, and prove that the balls were real, and not just a fantasy. As he was walking casually through the enchanted forest, he heard rustle noises creeping behind him. He then kept on his guard while making slight movement, not letting anything get in his way. He was eager to find out what was out this late at night. The rustles became faster, as the noises were approaching Goku. But, when came close to him, he felt a little breeze graze his cheek. He pondered for a second, wondering what just passed by. Was it just an animal? Or was it a person? It is heading in direction I was. Maybe I should check it out. So, Goku softly followed the past creature, wanting to find out what it was. He noticed he was catching up to the thing, and the creature did too, and it paced more. And Goku increased his speed to catch up once again. He got closer and closer, and he got so close, he could touch it. But, saw something, the thing wasn't some animal. It was actually a human being. Goku jumped in front of the person, and stopped the guy in its tracks. So, who are you, and why are you going in the same direction as me? So, who are you, and why are you going in the same direction as me? I'm not following you, and I can't tell you who I am, that's classified. I came out here for one thing, and nothing else. So, if you're gonna stop me, you're gonna regret it. Oh please, save your lies. I don't have time for this, so if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna continue my journey. The person pushed Goku, and ran off. Hey, wait, we're not done here. The person quickened its pace, and dodged all the obstacles. Goku did as well. He wasn't going to let the guy get away. He was going to find out who this guy was. Goku ran as fast as he could, catching up to the person covered in black. When he caught up, he grabbed a hold of his shoulders, making sure he doesn't escape. The guy struggled in his grasp, and Goku tightened his grip. Ow, could your grip be any tighter? Yeah, it could. I'll tighten it even more, unless you tell who you are, and what are you doing here? Instead of telling Goku what he wanted to hear, Goku got flipped, and his grip loosened. The guy went into fighter mode, as he put up a stance. Goku rose, and gave him a deathly stare. Okay, I don't know who you are or where you came from, but your journey ends here. No way am I going to lose. You asked for it. Then, Goku got attacked, with several punches and kicks. He dodged all of them, and he flipped backwards, away from his opponent. Goku vanished seconds later, and the guy looked around, wondering where Goku disappeared. Out of nowhere, Goku jumped on top of his enemy, and pinned him down. The person struggled underneath him, trying to kick, but Goku pinned all of his limbs down, smirking. Okay, now let's see your identity. No don't. Darn it, what do I do? He's gonna see who I really am. Let's see, when Goku removed the mask from his face, he looked shocked, dazed, and dumbfolded. He couldn't believe it, this guy was a woman. Oh my, this guy's a girl. What's she doing around here late at night? And where did she even come from? Whoever she is, she's kinda. Take this jerk. The girl punched Goku right in the face, sending him back a few feet. Goku held his red face in pain. Ow, what did you do that for? You deserved it. Don't tackle a girl, it's rude. Plus, I don't like it when people try to find out my identity. Still, don't hit me. That hurt. So, you sure don't act like a girl. HMPH, well at least I don't attack random people in the middle of the night. It's kinda unusual to stalk people. Hey, I was not stalking you. I'm on a task to find something. Oh yeah? Then what exactly are you trying to find? That's none of your business. Really? Well, I don't take that as an answer. Hey wait. WHWH, what are you doing? Goku had her in an embrace, and she was wiggling furiously. So, what's your name? That none of your business, and would you get off me? Ah, you're so rude. I'll tell you my name if you tell me yours. Oh my, just get off me or I will rip you apart. What's wrong? Has a guy ever hugged you before? Just get off me, I have no business with you, so go away. Goku let go of her, and crossed his arms with a frown on his face. Chi-Chi. What? My name is Chi-Chi, happy now. Chi-Chi, huh? How about I just call you Kai? No, I gave you my name, now you respect it. Don't change it. Fine name's Goku, by the way. Got it. Now can you just leave me alone? Maybe. I just have one more question though. What? What are you out looking for? Still none of your business. Still. Come on. Why can't you tell me? Because I just met you. You're like a complete stranger to me. So, it's not like I'm gonna hurt you or anything. Well, nice meeting you, but I have to go now. Chi-Chi got up off the ground, and dashed away from Goku. Goku smirked playfully, and followed her. He ran up beside her, looked at her with a goofy grin on his face. Chi-Chi gave him a death stare, and sped up a bit. She turned her head around a bit, and stuck her tongue out at Goku. That made Goku chuckle a bit, as he kept up with Chi-Chi's pace. Come on Kai, tell me what you're looking for. In your dreams, punk, Chi-Chi yelled at Goku. And didn't I tell you not to call me that? Without noticing her surroundings, she tripped over a tree root sticking out of the ground, and started to fall. Before falling right on her face in the dirt, Goku caught her. He helped her up, and looked at her with a concerned look. Chi-Chi saw his look, and just groaned. Just because you stopped me from falling, doesn't mean I'm gonna tell you. Oh really? You think I helped you because of that? Yes. Wow, you're really something else. Whatever. Please, just tell me. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. No way. I'll tell you first. No, I'll tell you anyway. Just sit down, and I'll tell you everything. I might have just met you, but you seem alright. You seem like a nice person. Chi-Chi just sighed, and sat down with Goku. Then he told Chi-Chi his whole story, about his life, and about his goal. Chi-Chi was shocked. Wait a minute, he's searching for the Dragon Balls too. No way. So, you're looking for the Dragon Balls, huh? I've heard of them. That's because I'm looking for them too. What? You're looking for them too? Why? Well, let's just say it's my duty. Also, I want something I've wanted since I was born. Oh, and what's that exactly? Freedom. Freedom. Why would you want freedom? To tell the truth, I work for a powerful man. I'm a slave, and I was commanded to find the Dragon Balls for him. A powerful man? You mean you work for our ruler? Yep, and it's a horrible job. It sounds like it. Sorry about that. Well, I was born from a clan who's worked for the each leader for centuries. Oh, well, I'll help you with that freedom. Huh, I said I'll help you. If the myth is true, then we can get 2 wishes. We can team up, and search for them. We can both get a wish. But, what if our ruler finds out, and sends some of his men to slaughter us? We both know how to fight, right? Then we could beat him up. But you don't know how many soldiers he has. I'm sure he has plenty. Well, I guess I could use a teammate. Alright, let's go. Really, this'll be fun. Just one thing, let me have my space please. Sure. Well, let's go. Goku and Chi-Chi ran off together, to search for the Dragon Balls, and to see if they're real or fake. But, they were unaware that someone was watching from the shadows. At the castle, sire, I have news. Well, go on with it, peasant. Chi-Chi has teamed up with an unknown boy, and they plan on taking the 2 wishes for themselves. That traitor. Wait until I get my hands on her. She thinks she'll get away with this, but she shall not. She will be punished. Goku and Chi-Chi have been out in the wilderness for months, searching for the mystical Dragon Balls. The 2 were getting frustrated with every step they took. One night while searching, Chi-Chi noticed an orange glow in the distance. She gasped in shock, and ran over to the glow hoping to find a Dragon Ball. Goku saw Chi-Chi run over to a certain location, and pondered for a few moments. His face lit up a few seconds later, realizing that Chi-Chi might have found a Dragon Ball. He ran over to Chi-Chi, to find out for himself. Chi-Chi put her hand down to pick up whatever was glowing. She put her hand around a round object, and pulled it out, and gasped. There it was, a Dragon Ball. She held the orb gently in her 2 hands, observing it. It had 4 red stars on it, and it was an orange color. Chi-Chi smiled like a little girl that found her own treasure. They're real. I can't believe it. That means there's more out there. We can get our wishes. Chi-Chi, you found it. How did you even know where to look? I saw a faint orange glow. Oh, cool. So, I'm guessing there's 7 of these things. That's gonna take a long time to find every one of them. I've heard that they're scattered around the world. How are we gonna get around the earth? Have a way. I know martial arts, and I was told a special technique. I've been taught to fly. What? How's that even possible? Like my teacher told me, anything's possible. Huh, really? Yep. Well, how do you where to look for the other Dragon Balls? How are we supposed to know the other locations of the balls? I honestly don't know. Instincts. With that said, Chi-Chi fell over anime style. Goku looked at her concerned, and scratched his head in confusion. Instincts. Oh my, how are we supposed to find all of the Dragon Balls? This is gonna take a while. I don't know what to do. Chi-Chi got up, and groaned in anger from Goku's response. Instincts. Really? This is getting us nowhere, and we're accomplishing nothing at the moment. We need to get going, if we want to at least try to find the other Dragon Balls. Oh okay, where are we gonna go to search next? I don't know, do you have any ideas? Well, not really. You mentioned something about your teacher. Is your teacher old? Yeah, he's old. Quite the old geezer. He might know something about the Dragon Balls, because usually old people have a lot of wisdom. Especially wisdom about myths. Alright, let's go visit your so-called teacher. Okay, let's do that then. Goku held out his hands, and Chi-Chi stared at him, puzzled. What is it, Goku? Get into my arms. What? Chi-Chi blushed slightly, so Goku wouldn't see. We need to get to my teacher's place, right? But, what does me being in your arms have to do with anything? I could fly us over there. Flying isn't possible for a human. There's no way you can fly. Want me to prove it? Sure, prove it, but you're not gonna be able to. Don't underestimate Goku. XD. Goku focused for a few seconds, and began to lift off the ground. Chi-Chi had a shocked look on her face, and Goku just put on a goofy grin. Goku, you gotta teach me that. I can't believe you can fly. This is freaky. How do you learn that? My teacher. Seems like a good teacher since he told you that. He's a good teacher, but he has so weird problems. Huh, what do ya mean? His interests. PFF'd. Like I care about some stranger's interests. Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you. Really? I don't need any warning. Well, we better go now. Chi-Chi, get into my arms. But I'm afraid of heights. I still hardly know you, and I'm not just going to jump into someone's arms. You don't have a choice. Walking, or an easy, quick, flight. Choose. I don't know. I don't wanna risk you dropping me in the sky. I'm not gonna drop you, Kai. Trust me for once. I haven't taken the Dragon Balls for myself, have I? Don't drag that into this. Drag what? Never mind. Come on, we're not making any progress here. We need to go now. Just get into my arms, and I promise I won't drop you. It could happen. Kai. Goku, you can be so stubborn. Proud of it too. Just get into my arms, or I'll force you. Nah, you can't. Oh yeah, just watch me. Try telling your trash to my tongue. Chi-Chi stuck out her tongue, and it encouraged Goku to try to get her in his arms. He ran after her, with open arms. Chi-Chi ran as fast as she could, not knowing where she was going. Without knowing her surroundings, she tripped over something, falling over. She noticed how far she ran inside. The two ran a far distance, and had no idea where they were. Chi-Chi noticed another glow, and approached it. She picked up another Dragon Ball. She gasped, and looked at the number of stars. It was the 1-star Dragon Ball. Hey Goku, I guess you chasing me makes a difference. Ha, look what I found. Chi-Chi held up the ball in her hand, and Goku came to Chi-Chi, staring at it in wonder. Cool, it's another one. Yep, and guess what? I tripped over it. Heh, you tripped over it. It's not funny, Spiky Man. Spiky Man, yeah, that's the name I just made up with to call you when I'm angry. Oh, so you're angry now? Yes. Why? Is it because of me? No, I just suddenly got angry for no reason. Really? No, you moron. I'm mad at you. Oh, sorry for making you mad. Chi-Chi groaned, and smacked his shoulder lightly. We better go, we can't waste time. So, are you gonna let me fly you there? Goku and Chi-Chi arrived at a little island in the middle of the ocean. On the island was a small house. Chi-Chi saw an old man sitting underneath a palm tree, reading a book. Seems normal from what I see. Goku did say he has some weird interests, I wonder what they could be. Couldn't be that bad, could it? Guess I'll find out. Goku landed on the ground softly with Chi-Chi still hanging on him. Chi-Chi slowly put her feet down on the sand below her. When her feet were on the ground, she let out a sigh of relief. I'm so glad I'm still alive. She walked a few feet away from Goku, and looked at her surroundings carefully. As she was looking around, someone touched her butt since she didn't notice certain things on the island. When her butt was touched, she squealed in surprise and anger, as she jumped. She immediately looked back at Goku, who was still in the same place minutes ago. Goku just stared at her, and raised his hands in defense, meaning he didn't have anything to do with it. She then noticed an old man that was beside her at the moment. Now she knew who sexually harassed her. Now, Chi-Chi's face got red in anger, and lifted her right hand, and hit him pretty hard. He flew into the palm tree he was reading under not too long ago. Goku looked a little concerned, with his eyes a little big in shock from Chi-Chi's attack on his teacher. Wow, I better not mess with her. She's got power. Dirty old man, don't put your hands on me. Chi-Chi yelled at Goku's teacher. She walked up to Goku, and leaned up to his ear to whisper something to him. Goku, is that really your teacher? Yeah, he is my teacher, Goku whispered back. Why do you ask? He's perverted. Well, he did that a lot when I was younger, and more around him. I didn't get it though. Well, you didn't need to know. That's a dirty thing to do to girls. It is, so that's why you hit him. Yes, Chi-Chi said, and groaned. We should just stop this conversation. Okay. The old man got up from being hit pretty hard from Chi-Chi, and walked over to Goku and Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi gave him a death stare as he approached Goku and her. Goku just smiled at the bald man ahead of him. Is that you, Goku? Yep, sure is. You've really grown since the last time I saw you. How've you been? I've been great, Master Roshi. That's good, and I see you've got a pretty girl with you. Is she your girlfriend or something? Chi-Chi blushed slightly, and Goku pondered a bit. What's a girlfriend? What's a girlfriend? Master Roshi and Chi-Chi fell over anime style in shock. Chi-Chi's sweat dropped slightly, and slapped her forehead when she stood back up. Goku, you're how old? How could you not even know what a girlfriend is? Never got taught that, so I never knew, sorry. Can you tell me what that is? Well, a girlfriend is, Chi-Chi said and started to blush. Someone you date, hang out with, you know, a boy and girl having a romantic relationship. What's romantic? Or a date? Chi-Chi groaned. How did I get pulled into this? Romantic is something nice you do for a girl that you like, and a date is when a boy and a girl do something together, like going out to eat or doing something fun. You get it now. Yeah, I get it. But, we hang out, right? So would I consider you my girlfriend? No, Chi-Chi said immediately, and was blushing furiously. Well, I don't know, you have to like me too. Just because we are on a journey together don't mean we a girlfriend and boyfriend. I have to like you, and you have to like me for that to happen. But, I like you. So, don't that mean? No, not like that. You may like me as a friend or something, but you don't love me. Love, what's that? Forget it. What is it? Please tell me. Goku, I think you can figure it out. That's all we've been talking about. Romance, dating, boyfriends, and girlfriends, they all have to do with love. It does, yes. Oh, so if I love you, and you love me, Then we can be girlfriend and boyfriend. Yes. Do you love me? Yes. Wait, no. Chi-Chi said without thinking. Now her face was on fire and was totally beet red. Chi-Chi, why are you so jittery? I'm not jittery, I'm just, And why are you so red? Are you running a fever? No, I don't think so. Here, let me check. Goku put his hand on Chi-Chi's forehead, and his other hand on his. Chi-Chi looked away, and blinked constantly. Every time she blinked, she would look in different locations. She felt so awkward. Does Goku even like me? He sure is acting like it. I am so losing it. If he knew more about this, he could tell I like him. I bet that Master Roshi guy even knows I like him. How embarrassing, having this conversation in front of someone. Especially someone I don't know. Well, Goku said and lowered his hands. You don't have a fever. But, why are you so red? I don't get it. Red. Why you think I'm red? That's nonsense. I don't like Chi-Chi, you're as red as an apple. I need some water. Chi-Chi ran the ocean water, and splashed her face. She saw her reflection on the water, and noticed her face was really red. Chi-Chi dunked her head into the water. Goku saw and was alarmed. He ran over to her, and pulled her away from the ocean. Hey, what did you do that for? My face was hot. You don't seem like yourself, Chi-Chi. Ever since Master Roshi mentioned the girlfriend thing, you've been acting strange. Should I tell him, or should I not? Do I love him, or don't I? Does he even love me? Why am I so obsessed with this? But, he does mess with me. Does he enjoy it? It seems he's obsessed with this stuff too. Even though he just now found out about this stuff, he seems interested in this. I bet that I'm the only girl he's ever met. So he only know about girls from me. There are different kinds of girls. He's never been around girls, has he? I really need to know more about him, don't I? I don't know if I should tell him that I like him, not yet. I mean, we hardly know each other, and we need time to get to know each other. We are on a quest to find the Dragon Balls, and it could take some time to find them all. We will have time to bond, be friends, stuff like that during our journey. I'm okay, but remember what we came for, Goku. Oh yeah, Master Roshi. Yeah, do you know anything about the Dragon Balls? The what? Dragon Balls. You know, they're orange, with red stars in them. I don't follow you. Can we just go inside your house? Sure. Come on, Kai. Let's check his house to see if he has any. Even though he may not know what they are, it doesn't mean he might not have one. Oh, okay, let's check then. Goku and Chi-Chi went inside the little house, and looked through Master Roshi's stuff. Chi-Chi opened a closet, and took out a box. She looked at it in wonder, and decided to open it. When she opened it up, she screamed. Goku jumped by Chi-Chi's sudden scream, and ran to her. What's wrong? That. In the box. Goku looked inside the box, and saw some magazines. He took some out. He showed one of them to Chi-Chi. What wrong with these? Goku. Those are inappropriate. These magazines are revolting. Inappropriate. What's that? Goku. What? I'm just wondering. I don't wanna talk about it. Chi-Chi said and was blushing again. I can't believe your master has these. This really disgusts me. What's wrong with what he likes? Goku. You just don't understand this stuff. What stuff? This stuff. Chi-Chi yelled, and held up one of the magazines in his face. What's so bad about it? Goku. It's not right for women to do this kind of stuff. What are you talking about? Okay, I'll tell you this, it's not right for people to take pictures of naked women. How come? It's not good to show our bodies to people around the world. It's private. Why are we even talking about this? Oh, I think I get it. So it's really bad for Master Roshi to have these. In my opinion, yes it is. But, I can't ban everyone from their interests. It's just the way people are. We're off our mission. We need to look for the Dragon Ball. Alright, I'll go back over there and look. And I'll keep looking over here. An hour later, Goku found something in a rundown chest. He saw a Dragon Ball on a string, and took it out of the box. He smiled as he held it in front of his face. Hey Kai, I found one. Chi-Chi looked behind her, and saw Goku was in front of her with the Dragon Ball. She gasped in excitement. Yeah, we found another one. How many stars does it have? Let me see, Goku said and turned it around to look at how many stars it had. It had 7 stars. It's the 7-star ball. Cool, we now have 3 out of 7. We have 1, 4, and 7. Kai, let's leave and go look for some more. But, don't you wanna talk to Master Roshi? You haven't seen him in a while, have you? Shouldn't you talk to him? It's okay, I can do that after we find the balls, and get our wish. Oh, okay, then let's go. Chi-Chi and Goku spent a week or two, looking around the earth, seeing if there were any signs of a Dragon Ball. As days went by, Chi-Chi felt more comfortable around Goku, and they've been becoming friends, ever since they first met each other. They already found 3 Dragon Balls, the 1-star, 4-star, and 7-star, they still had 4 more to go. Goku has been feeling something different in his heart. He wasn't exactly sure what it was, but he felt all kinds of emotions around Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi would notice Goku staring at her from time to time, and she was wondering something too. Does he like me? This question lingered in Chi-Chi's head, as their journey kept on. They were walking through ruins in the night, since the Dragon Balls can glow when it's dark. The moon was high and bright, along with the stars. Goku and Chi-Chi went separate ways, so they can look in different places. Chi-Chi lifted some rocks, and Goku kept looking around objects. After a while, they decided to give up and look elsewhere, but then Goku noticed something orange. Excited, Goku went to look, and found another Dragon Ball. He jumped for joy when he raised the 2-star ball in his hands. He called out to Chi-Chi, who was heading in the opposite direction. She heard his call for her, and ran to him with a smile on her face. What is it, Goku? Did you find another one? Goku held up the Dragon Ball, and smirked. Yep, sure did, it's the 2-star ball. Now, we only have 3 left. At this rate, we'll have our wishes granted in no time. Goku's grin grew, as did Chi-Chi's. Chi-Chi stared into Goku's onyx eyes, getting lost into them. She stared into his eyes for a few moments, while Goku was wondering what Chi-Chi was doing. Chi-Chi. Yeah, Chi-Chi replied softly, what is it? Goku tilted his head a little to the side, giving her a confused look. Why are you staring at me funny? Do I have something on my face? Huh, Chi-Chi said, lifting an eyebrow. She noticed that she was getting lost in his eyes, and blushed madly. No, Goku, you don't have anything on your face. Then why were you staring at me? I don't really have an answer for that. She lied. Oh, alright then, let's move. To the next Dragon Ball. Chi-Chi sighed in relief. Man, that was a close one. I gotta stop getting lost in his eyes. Then he'll get suspicious, and I can't tell that I have feelings for him not yet. I have to find out if he has feelings for me first. One step at a time, Kai. Kai, are you coming or what? Goku called, making Chi-Chi come back to reality. Coming, Chi-Chi replied, running to him. Meanwhile at the king's castle. All right men, head out, search for that sneaky traitor. Do not come back until you have found Chi-Chi. Sire, do you want her dead or alive? Alive, I want to make her pay for tricking me. She needs to learn a lesson. Yes sire, now go. Look for her, and bring her back alive. I don't care what condition she's in, I just want her alive and breathing. Yes my lord, I will take the others with me to find Chi-Chi. Boys, let's move out. The army of men rode their horses out of the kingdom, in search of Chi-Chi. The king watched all the horses run through the gates, and through the forest. He chuckled softly, as he clenched his fists. He had a smirk on his face, as he walked to his throne and sat down. He then thought of something. Maybe he should go out and search for her himself. Then he could teach her a lesson right when he sets his eyes on her. He figured some Dragon Balls were found by her, and he could steal them from her if she had any. He started to laugh loudly at his thoughts. Oh Chi-Chi, prepare for my revenge. I will be the most powerful man on this planet, and I especially won't let someone like you to get in my way. Back at the edge of the unknown ruins, Goku and Chi-Chi walked side by side, at the same pace. Chi-Chi felt relaxed, and didn't think about her torture back with the king. Pretty soon she will be free from the cruel man's clutches. She was tired of taking orders from him, and didn't plan on taking any more. She was going to enjoy her time with Goku, because little does she know, she might not see him again after they find all the Dragon Balls, and make their wishes. She frowned at the thought. Is he really gonna leave her after he gets his wish? She didn't know. Goku enjoyed walking next to Chi-Chi. He secretly thought she was the nicest, prettiest, and feistiest girl he ever met. She was just his type. He then noticed her hair. It's been up in a high ponytail ever since he met her. He wanted to see how long it was when released from the ponytail. Goku stopped in his tracks, which caused Chi-Chi to stop as well. She looked back at him, with a concerned look on her face. Goku had butterflies in his stomach when he looked at her. Damn, she was beautiful. He never felt this before, and was liking it. The moon shone down on her face, making it glow. Her ebony hair shined in her high ponytail, and Goku was having urges to take out her ponytail. He thought back to the day they were back at Master Roshi's. The conversation they had about the magazines popped into his head. Chi-Chi mentioned that the magazines were inappropriate, and it bothered her. Then he thought back to when he was a student of Master Roshi. He would notice Master Roshi doing weird things with girls that made them get angry, and hit him. He thought of the day when he was in his house with him, and they were having a talk. Flashback. Goku, we need to talk. What age did you say you were again? 14, Master. Okay, you're 14, and you don't know anything about girls, do you? No, Master, I don't. What is there to know about? Okay, boy, do you know what these are? Master Roshi said, and picked up a magazine, and pointed to a part on the woman. It was her chest. Goku had a confused look on his face. No, Master, I don't. Sorry, you're serious. How could you not know what these are? You have a lot to learn, boy. Master Roshi talked to him about girls, and other things. Goku then began to understand more, but he was still a little confused. End of flashback. Goku thought about the girl talk, and looked at Chi-Chi. She still was looking at him with concern. He looked at her face, that was white and looked like it would be smooth to the touch. He looked lower, and noticed her female curves. His body felt a little different, as he looked at her curves. These feelings scared him a bit, and then he started to like it. He was starting to feel a little warm, as his face started to turn a little red. Chi-Chi walked up to him slowly, to see what was wrong. She saw that his face was a bit flushed, and she gasped. Goku, your face, it's a little red. Are you running a fever? Let me check. Chi-Chi put her hand on his forehead, and felt that his face was a bit warm. Chi-Chi, I'm fine, really. Then what's wrong? Goku said softly. Chi-Chi, can I tell you something? Chi-Chi smiled at him. Sure, what is it? Goku said softly. Chi-Chi, can I tell you something? Chi-Chi smiled at him. Sure, what is it? Right before Goku could finish his sentence, men on horses made their way in front of them. Goku and Chi-Chi looked at the men, and both went into their fighting stances. Chi-Chi scowled at the people in front of her, and started to feel anger build inside her. Chi-Chi growled furiously. It's the guards from the kingdom, how the hell did they find me? Chi-Chi, daughter the Ox family, you have disobeyed orders from the king himself. For that you will suffer our ruler's wrath. We have received orders to take you prisoner, and if you refuse, your punishment will be more severe. The commander said, and other guards slid off their stallions. They surrounded Goku and Chi-Chi, raising their swords. So Chi-Chi, will you come with us, or will you refuse? It's your choice. No way in hell will I go with you. I am done with the king, and his evil deeds. I'm tired of that bastard, always wanting to have his way. But not today. I'm done, and no one will make me do any more tasks. Now you can just go back peacefully and tell your little cowardly king that I'm doing anything for him, or I will kick your sorry asses back there. Got it? Chi-Chi snarled, and clenched her fists. Goku, you ready to teach these guys a lesson? Goku smirked. I was born ready. Well then, let's beat these weaklings, and show them who's boss. Goku nodded, and let out a battle cry as he punched one of the guards head on. He threw some men at others, causing them to fall into unconsciousness. He threw kicks and punches to dozens of men, and sent them flying into nearby tree trunks. Chi-Chi beat up one guard, and stole his weapon, using it on the others. She sliced heads and limbs off several men, triggering many others to retreat. But this didn't stop the commander. He growled in anger, and snuck up behind Chi-Chi as she was focusing on another guy. Goku looked back at Chi-Chi, and saw someone sneaking up behind her. Goku gasped, "Chi-Chi, look out, behind you!" Goku screamed at her. Goku tried to warn her, but it was too late. The commander took out his sword, and cut Chi-Chi's back, causing her to scream in agony. Goku appeared next to the man immediately, and smacked him upside the head, making him fall to the ground. Dark clouds appeared, and covered the sun. It then began to pour, and Goku looked down at Chi-Chi with worry. He crouched down, and examined her back. Chi-Chi's back was in pretty bad shape, from the blow it took. The cut was deep, and bled constantly. Goku lightly touched her cut with his index finger, and she winced in pain. "We need to get out of here, and get you medical treatment, or you might eventually bleed to death," Goku said with worry, his hands reaching for her. "We're not going to the kingdom, are we?" Chi-Chi asked. "No, I'll just take you to an old friend of mine. She's not technically a doctor, but she's good with treatments and stuff. We have no other choice. Do you trust me?" "Yes, I trust you," Chi-Chi softly said, as her eyelids grew heavy. Goku smiled, and lifted Chi-Chi up into his arms securely. "Goku, am I going to make it?" Goku tightened his grip on her. "Don't worry, Chi-Chi, you're going to be fine. It's just a cut on the back, it's not like you're going to die from it." "Okay," Chi-Chi whispered. "Goku." "Yeah," Goku replied, and pushed strands of hair from her face. "I'm tired," Chi-Chi said, and her eyelids started to close. "Chi-Chi?" Goku asked, and his eyes widened in shock. Chi-Chi closed her eyes entirely. "Chi-Chi. Darn, I need to get to Bulma's, and fast. For all I know she could be dying. I don't know anything about this cut in her back. I need to hurry." Goku flew off top speed to his friend's house, with a sleeping Chi-Chi in his arms. "Don't worry, Chi-Chi, you're not on me, not on my watch. I swear as long as I live, I will protect you, no matter the cost. I love her. I don't want her to die." When Goku landed in front of Bulma's home, knocked on the door as hard as he could. Moments later, a blue-haired woman opened the door, and Goku went right through the door. "What the? Goku, you don't just go into people's homes like that. Have some manners. There's no time for that. She needs medical treatment. She's been cut in the back, and I have no idea how to treat it. Can you help me?" She looked at the woman in Goku's arms. "Okay, I'll help her. There's a guest bedroom down the hall at the end, to your left." Goku beamed at her. "Thanks, Bulma," Goku said happily. Bulma nodded. "Hurry, and take her into the bedroom. She could be in a bad condition. I don't know everything about treating people, but I've had some experience." Goku made his way into the guest bedroom, and laid a sleeping Chi-Chi on the bed. Bulma came in, and told Goku to flip her onto her stomach. Bulma rolled her shirt up, and saw an enormous, deep cut on her back. Bulma gasped at the sight. "Goku, what happened to her?" "Someone snuck up behind her, and used a sword to cut her back. I tried to warn her, but it was too late," Goku softly said, lowering his head in shame. Bulma looked at the cut for a few minutes. "So, can you help her?" "I'll do whatever I can, Goku. Wait here, I'm gonna go get some supplies," Bulma said, and Goku nodded in response. Bulma rushed out of the room, to find her supplies. Goku paced back and forth around the room, keeping an eye on Chi-Chi entire time. "Don't freak out, Goku, don't freak out. She's going to be okay, she's going to be okay. Bulma's gonna help her, so I should remain calm. But, why am I getting such a bad feeling?" Bulma came back in, with many items in her arms. "I got the stuff I need. Thank goodness, so you're going to treat her wound?" "Yep," Bulma answered. "By the way, what's this girl's name?" "Chi-Chi. She must be very important to you, since you brought her all the way over here." "I don't think Chi-Chi's wound isn't that bad, but it definitely needs medical attention. If this wound weren't treated soon, she would eventually die from infection. So, you did the right thing bringing her here. She's gonna live, so don't get all stresses out. Okay, once I treat her cut, she'll need some time to heal. So you two can stick around for a while. Besides, if she goes back out right after I treat her wound and do something stupid, she could worsen it. So she will not be doing anything for a while." Understand? Goku nodded. Yeah, I understand. Do you know when she will be awake? I don't know, but I'll let you know when she does. Get some rest, you look worn out. I'll wake you up when she wakes up, and when I'm done with her cut. Alright, make sure you wake me okay. Okay Goku, now get some shut-eye. Goku nodded, and closed his eyes, trying to get to sleep. It was hard for him to fall asleep, since he was still worrying about Chi-Chi. When he finally fell into slumber, Bulma was almost done with Chi-Chi. Bulma was finally finished treating Chi-Chi's wound, and walked up to a sleeping Goku. She lightly pushed Goku, causing him to wake up. Goku blinked a few times, and yawned. Goku started to rub his eyes. How long was I out? Goku asked. Couple hours. I'm done so, I'll leave you two alone. Chi-Chi should be waking up soon. Goku shook his head in response, and Bulma left the room. Goku sighed, and focused his attention to Chi-Chi, who was beginning to stir. Goku rushed to the bedside, and held one of Chi-Chi's hands, squeezing it lightly. When Chi-Chi opened her eyes, she saw an overjoyed Goku, looking over her. Chi-Chi turned onto her back. Where am I? You're at Bulma's. I brought you here, so Bulma could treat your wound from earlier. You remember being cut, don't you? Of course, and I'll beat that bastard's ass the next time I see him. Chi-Chi snarled, and Goku chuckled. You gave me quite a scare back there. I thought you were going to die, Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi raised her eyebrows, and blinked a couple times. What? You were worried about me? Yeah, of course. After the man slashed you in the back, I knocked him out. I felt so angry when he hurt you. I thought I was gonna lose you. I have this weird feeling around you, and it's a good feeling. I want to stay with you, because, Goku said, and paused for a moment. Chi-Chi started to blush. Because what, Goku? Chi-Chi asked. Is he gonna say what I think he's gonna say? Chi-Chi, I love you. Goku said, and looked at her seriously. He blushed a dark red color. Chi-Chi smiled at him, and whispered, I love you too. The two leaned in, and touched lips. Bulma rushed into the room, interrupting the kiss. Guys, it's terrible. There's someone here that wants Chi-Chi. Goku and Chi-Chi's eyes widened. What? The two said at the same time. You two need to get out of here, fast. You two are not going anywhere, not if I have a say in it. Goku, Chi-Chi, and Bulma turned their heads around to face a man in uniform. The room was silent except for Chi-Chi's soft gasp. Oh no, Chi-Chi whispered, and put her face in her hands. You think you can just abandon your task, and just do whatever you please. You did something very disgraceful to the kingdom, and you will be severely punished. You are a slave, and slaves do not disobey their masters. I am tired of following your commands. I'm sick of this. I have a life, you know, and I don't want it to be wasted by people like you. Do you really think I'm going back to the kingdom? Not a chance. Being a slave is like living in hell. So if you don't leave right now, we're gonna kick your stupid ass back to your stupid king. Chi-Chi screamed at the man. You are coming back with me, Chi-Chi, even if I have to kill these two hooligans. Goku got into a stance, and Bulma rushed behind him. Don't you dare lay a hand on Chi-Chi, ya hear? I've already dealt with a lot of you earlier. Just leave her be. I don't think so. I have direct orders to take Chi-Chi back to the king, and if you interfere, I'll have to either kill you or take you as well. Just stay out of this, boy. No way. You mess with Chi-Chi, then you mess with me. You'll have to go through me first if you want to get her. Goku growled. The brown-haired man in uniform mimicked Goku's stance, and smirked. So be it then. If I have to kill you to get to her, then I'm okay with it. I might actually enjoy this. He chuckled. Bring it on. Goku challenged. I shall warn you, I have some knowledge about the human body, and I know the certain pressure points where I can knock you out in an instant. I'll be sure to keep my distance. Alright, then let's begin. Goku sped forward to the brown-haired man, and tried to land a punch in his face, but failed. Goku's eyes widened as he felt the man's presence behind him, and felt a hand pierce his neck. Goku let out a soft cry, and swung a leg to trip the man behind him. Goku heard a light chuckle, as his vision began to blur. He fell to his knees, and one of his hands went through his hair. What just happened? How did you get that fast? Please, I've been trained under professionals and masters. I am the best bounty hunter on the face of the earth, and I have been taking orders by the ruler for quite some time. I am slightly disappointed, this didn't last long. But, I am somewhat impressed. I have never met a person that hasn't passed out instantly to my pressure point technique. So if you'll excuse me, I'll be retrieving the girl. The bounty hunter said as a smirk creped onto his features. And no, Goku said while he was about to black out. Before his eyes closed he saw Chi-Chi try to defend herself, but was easily knocked out, and was thrown over the man's shoulder. He clenched his fist in anger before his eyes closed, and fell into darkness. When Goku finally opened his eyes, he found himself in Bulma's guest bedroom bed. His thoughts immediately came back to Chi-Chi and a growl escaped his lips. He got out of the bed and ran out of the room. Before he made it to the front door, Bulma grabbed hold of his forearm and pulled him back. Goku, what are you doing? You need your rest. I don't care about that right now, Bulma. The thing I care about the most right now is Chi-Chi. If anything happens to her, I don't know what I'd do. She means a lot to me, Bulma, so please, let me go. Bulma sighed, and let go of Goku. Alright, I guess you can go. Besides, I can't stop you anyway. Go ahead, and get Chi-Chi back. Goku grinned, and nodded. Thanks, I'll be back. Goku said and flew out the front door. Okay, Bulma yelled out before Goku was out of sight. Chi-Chi opened her eyes, and found herself tied up in a cell. She sighed in frustration, and began to squirm in the tight chains that were wrapped around her body. When she heard a door open and close, she stopped her movements, and focused on the cell bars in front of her. Someone approached the bars, and frowned. He unlocked the door, and pulled Chi-Chi out of the cell. Come on, let's go, a man yelled, and roughly pulled her up onto her feet. Chi-Chi winced when she was shoved. She was slapped the moment she grimaced, and tears formed in her eyes. Quit your complaining, slave. You have a meeting with the king, so let's move it. Chi-Chi was led up to the ruler, and was pushed down onto her knees in front of the throne. The king frowned down at the raven-haired traitor, and spit at her disgustedly. His body rose from the chair, and he walked around Chi-Chi slowly. I am very pissed right now, and do you know why? You disobey my orders. Disgraceful. The king yelled, and kicked Chi-Chi as hard as he could, and she flinched. Chi-Chi clenched her teeth to hold back the tears from the pain, and lowered her head to face the stone floor. Get up, wench. I'm not done with you. He kneed her in the side of her face, and her body sprawled out onto the floor. I said get up. The king screamed, and Chi-Chi's body raised slowly, her face still looking down. I'm not finished with you. You're going to be severely punished, and that will teach you to never disobey my orders. Do you understand? Chi-Chi just stood there motionless, and the king's eye twitched. Answer me. He punched Chi-Chi in the face, and she immediately nodded her head. Good. Get her out of my sight. Yes, sir. What punishment do you want to give her? A guard said. Take her to the shocker, maybe that will teach her something. Very well. Oh no, this can't be good, Goku. I hope you're alright, and hopefully you can come save me from this or I'm in deep trouble. Chi-Chi's eyes grew small as various ideas about this shocker thing popped up into her head. What are you doing? What's going to happen to me? She stuttered out in a nervous tone. All she heard was small light chuckles, even snickers, which intrigued her curiosity even more. Soft comments such as, she's going to be in for a surprise, that's for sure. One of the security guards chuckled while grinning in his own amusement. Another man snickered out in a whisper to a nearby guard, she honestly hasn't heard of the shocker. Or any of the other possible punishments. Ooh, she's sure gonna get it, he said, elbowing a man next to him with a smug look on his face. Poor soul, I just hope she survives. I've never seen a woman go through this much before, another muttered. Chi-Chi somehow overheard his comment and slowly gulped uneasily as her pupils grew small. What's in store for me? What does the ruler have in store for me? Even though I don't know what this shocker is, I know it's not good. Chi-Chi was thrown back into a rundown dull cell, and was put in there until further instructions. She arched an eyebrow in confusion, trying to figure out why she was behind bars instead of getting her punishment. She then sighed in frustration as she let her form slowly slide down the decaying walls. As soon as she sat her butt on the ground, she immediately observed herself, by putting her hand upon the places she was abused. She winced when her right palm came onto the side of her face that was kneed. Damn it, why did he have to go that far? Is this really how he treats people that are lower than him on a daily basis? What a cold-hearted man. No wonder he doesn't have a wife or children. I can't even imagine it. I don't understand why he would just abuse women like this, it's unreal. I mean, all I did was betray a simple task. She gasped when she stretched her petite form, feeling an excruciating pain in her lower abdomen. Tears formed into her eyes from what she was feeling. She felt like as if she was pinned down on a flat surface while being stabbed repeatedly constantly, and there was no end. She closed her eyes and groaned in pain as she adjusted herself into a somewhat comfortable position. One hand was gripped around her stomach and on her side, while the other one helped with the movement. Chi-Chi clenched her teeth and grunted as her body stopped and sat herself back onto the icy cold stone floor. You'd think they would keep up to date with their dungeons or something. For crying out loud, this place is literally disintegrating. It's pretty disgusting if I do say so myself. Chi-Chi rolled her eyes as she just stared at the bar door. The place was dark, and you could hardly see the door. There was only one window, which also contained bars. She was surrounded by pure stone, and had no hope of getting out. Chi-Chi shivered and sighed as she curled into a ball, and leaned up against the wall's cool surface. Chi-Chi smiled as she slowly drifted off into sleep, but had only one thought on her mind. I wonder what Goku's doing right now. I sure miss him. I wish I was still in that room with him before this all happened. Darn it. Goku screeched in frustration while slamming his fist on a wall. He was close to the entrance of the castle. The castle where Chi-Chi was contained in. Of course, she was probably experiencing or will be experiencing a major punishment. He growled in fury at the thought of someone hurting Chi-Chi. Hold on, Chi-Chi, I'll be sure to get you back and give those men a piece of my mind. He growled lowly under his breath. You better be alive when I'm in there. I'm actually wondering if she's holding on, if she's going through her punishment, which will not be exactly nice, but I don't sense anything wrong with her key, so I can relax for now. Still, she could be on her way to dealing with her consequence. Goku winced when he thought about many varieties of mistreatments she could get at the level she was at. What could they possibly be doing to Chi-Chi right now? Is she being tortured, beaten, or even? Goku's eyes widened as he immediately shook his head in disbelief. No, that couldn't happen to her, otherwise I will show no mercy. I don't think any of the royal guards or the ruler himself would stoop that low. Or I'll seriously rip them to shreds. Wait, what? I am really starting to get some freakish thoughts. Never mind that, I need to save Chi-Chi before something terrible happens. Goku clenched his fist as anger slowly flowed inside of him. I swear on my life, Chi-Chi, I'll get you out of there. I won't leave you or abandon you, just hold on. Please be okay. He leapt as quietly and sneaky as he could over the highly secured castle walls and creeped into the closest castle window to find Chi-Chi. Don't you worry, Kai. I'm coming to save ya. I'll find you in no time. Oh my Kami, I'm worrying. Chi-Chi screamed in her head as she heard a door slam nearby. She scooted herself into a corner and pulled her skinny white legs to her chest, hugging herself for comfort. Goku isn't here. I'm in a cell alone, and I'm soon going to go through excruciating pain or possibly put to death. Shivers went down her spine as many possible ways of being killed lingered in her mind. She immediately shook her thoughts out of her head and put on a straight face while trying to lock away her fear. No, I mustn't show fear. It will show I'm weak and useless. I must stay strong, at least until Goku comes to rescue me. Well, if he comes to rescue me. I hope he comes. I love him too much. And I'd wish he'd hurry. I really don't want to go through with this, with what's planned for me. Chi-Chi sighed and lowered her head down onto her knees while closing her eyes for rest. But just as she was going to sleep, "Hey, get up, ungrateful wench," a man in black uniform shouted in an annoyed tone while kicking the cell door. Chi-Chi opened her eyes while jumping in alarm. When she saw who emerged before her, she rolled her eyes and groaned in frustration silently as she lifted herself off the ground. The man slammed his foot once again on the metal bars. "Hurry up, you lazy bitch, I don't have all day," he bellowed in a low voice. Chi-Chi growled to herself as her eyebrows furrowed in fury. "I swear to Kami, I'm gonna beat that bastard until he bleeds." Chi-Chi made her way over the cell door with a slight agitated yet angry frown on her face. Oh, don't give me that look, wench, but after your punishment I bet you will be so beat up you won't even be able to catch your breath. You'll be crying your eyes out while bleeding yourself to death. He said, then burst into laughter. I'll even praise Cammy if you die. Oh yes, I can see it, you crawling slowly in a puddle of your own blood struggling to live on. Oh, that'd be great. You'd sure put on quite a show. He cackled as he opened the door. Chi-Chi clenched her teeth as her anger rose to a breaking point. As soon as that door opened, her head slammed against his chest, causing him to fall onto the stone floors. His head came in contact with the ground first as blood spattered everywhere. Chi-Chi relaxed as a sigh escaped her lips. Well, he's dead. He had it coming. He more deserved it actually. Though I didn't intend to kill the guy, the first sort of just wanted to knock the dude out. But I guess death works too. It means he won't come after me later. Chi-Chi set her sights on the open door that leads to the royal hallways, and broke into a sprint to find a way out of the castle. As soon as she was out in the hallways and revealed to the local royal helpers to the king, gasps were heard in the halls and nearby rooms. Even some servants and guards added some unfortunate tragedy to Chi-Chi's breakout and screamed, someone's escaped from the dungeon quarters. Get her. Chi-Chi flinched at the sudden cries while clenching her teeth uneasily. She was getting nervous. Shit, she whispered while changing from her sprints to running like hell. She's getting away. Stop her. Someone screeched as Chi-Chi found her way to the front entrance and smirked. She was about to break loose out of the castle, until someone grabbed her from behind. No, let go of me, Chi-Chi cried out angrily, trying her best to struggle out of the unknown person's arms. She screamed as she kicked and tried to headbutt the person that put her in a chokehold. Get your dirty hands off me, Chi-Chi shouted at the top of her lungs, not even close to giving up on breaking free. Please someone help me. Goku, where are you? Goku, she yelled. Goku stopped in his tracks at the sound of screams. After a few more cries and other aggravated noises, his eyes widened when he figured out whose voice it was. Chi-Chi, he whispered as his eyes widened in shock and slight relief. He clenched his fist when her yells became clearer. The only thing that he heard clearly was, someone help me. Goku, where are you? Goku, hold on Kai, I'm coming, he shouted back as he ran as fast as he could to her cries for help. Shut up you whore. The man holding Chi-Chi yelled angrily and slapped her as hard as he could across her face, leaving an excruciating noticeable red mark on her pale white face. Chi-Chi went silent and winced as soon as his hand came in contact with her face. She then lowered her head in shame, and kept hoping that Goku was close by and on his way to help and free her. Alright, let's get started with this whiny wench, he declared while carrying an anxious Chi-Chi away. What's gonna happen to me? She winced softly in her mind as fear began to creep back and take over her. She was knocked out as soon as someone put a cloth over her eyes and put a gag in her mouth. Chi-Chi's hands were tied up and placed above head with chains, and she was forced to sit on her legs. Her legs were folded like a blanket, with her feet underneath her bottom. Guards clicked and secured metal bands over her legs so she couldn't move out of her current painful position. She was beginning to feel a penetrating pain in her knees and calves the longer she stayed in place. A blindfold was taken off her eyes, revealing the entire large crowd of people around her. She found herself in a large stadium, with an open roof, letting the sun heat her body up. Her fear increased as she heard footsteps approach behind her. She heard a manly chuckle following by a swishing noise. I don't think the shocker would have been good enough to keep you suffering for a long period of time, so we decided to make this more painful and longer for you. Chi-Chi heard the man chuckle as he made a big thud with his foot while taking a step closer to her form from behind. Really? I seriously did something this bad? You all are crazy, Chi-Chi yelled in fury while trying to struggle out of her metal chains and straps. Oh, shut up you low-class wench, he shouted back, and got out a rope whip and slashed her back with high force. Chi-Chi closed her eyes and winced in pain while lowering her head. The brown-haired guard dressed dark blue uniform ripped the back of Chi-Chi's shirt and started to beat her even harder with the lash. Chi-Chi let her hair cover her face like a curtain, and clenched her teeth in pain as he beat harder into her creamy white skin. As the whip hit harder, she suddenly felt something run down her bare back slowly. Her eyes widened in fear when she realized what it was, her own flesh. How much force is he putting into this that is making me bleed? This hurts so much it's unbearable, Okami. She let out winces and grunts as she began to close her eyelids, and tried her best to keep her cries and screams inside her. Her body shook with every blow, every slash the whip did that would cause her to bleed even worse. Goku ran. He ran as fast as he could to find his one and only love that was in trouble. He stopped when he heard cheers and people chatting up a storm. He looked around to see if there was a certain door to enter where he could find his Chi-Chi. His eyes slightly brightened when two large double doors came into view, and as he edged closer to the door the sounds of the people increased. He entered into a stadium while observing his surroundings. Goku froze in place, petrified when his eyes lay upon a familiar black figure in the distance. He was relieved to find Chi-Chi, but someone was beating her. This made Goku start to break to the core. He suddenly saw the almighty leader leave his royal chair, and kept watching him as the ruler approached Chi-Chi slowly. Goku focused his sights on the man, giving him a warning glare even if he didn't notice. There were too many people for him to spot one man. He got very concerned and alarmed when he grabbed Chi-Chi's face, and forced her to gaze up at him. Goku's heart broke seeing her in tears, and his seriously angered him. He was just about to race in to free her until he saw the ruler knee his love in the face repeatedly, forcing out a blood-curdling scream he had been holding in the whole time. Goku's heart stressed to beat rapidly and he clenched his fist in pure anger. No one hurts Chi-Chi, he screamed as his eyes flashed another color. Let's see you try to betray me now. Chi-Chi overheard her king say as he slammed his kneecap into her face with all of his might, causing Chi-Chi to release all the tension inside of her. There was a horrendous high-pitched scream. Then there was an infuriated man close by, way past his breaking point. When pain, fury and despair clashed, there was an intense golden flash followed by an enraged battle cry. And that was when the legendary rescue began. Let's see you try to betray me now. Chi-Chi overheard her king say as he slammed his kneecap into her face with all of his might, causing Chi-Chi to release all the tension inside of her. There was a horrendous high-pitched scream. Then there was an infuriated man close by, way past his breaking point. When pain, fury and despair clashed, there was an intense golden flash followed by an enraged battle cry. And that was when the legendary rescue began. All the attention was stolen by Goku's sudden transformation. His form was surrounded by a golden aura, with his hair stained a yellow-gold color and his eyes now a teal color. His eyes flickered at the sight of his new enemy. You stay away from her. Goku growled through clenched teeth. The ruler pushed Chi-Chi's head down with a laugh, and walked over towards Goku. Oh really? You really have some guts, boy, but this is a serious event we've got going on here. We don't need any delinquents ruining or interrupting what I started. Just as soon as he finished his sentence, Goku's golden aura grew as it completely enveloped him, and flashed out of rage. This made the man sort of flinch in surprise while taking a few steps back from Goku. Now if you'll excuse me, I have some unfinished business I want to get back to. So you can either take a chill pill or... Goku then in a blink of an eye appeared before the ruler. There you could see the fire in his eyes, and full of hatred and kill. He grabbed a hold of his wrist forcefully, and began to crush it in his grip, earning a painful cry from the man. Chi-Chi glanced up slowly, and then a smile appeared on her face when she saw who has come to save her. Gee Goku, you finally came, she whispered out in bliss. Not long after her words blood gushed out of her mouth, grabbing Goku's attention. See Chi-Chi. Goku stammered in alarm. I'm alright Goku, don't worry about me just. I would never abandon you Chi-Chi, he said in a smooth voice, comforting Chi-Chi. Though still filled with fury he frowned as he turned back to focus on the leader of kingdom and said, from the looks of it, his other hand grabbed a hold of the man's neck. You're about to meet your end you non-grateful bastard. He spat lowly into his face. The ruler coughed and struggled in his hold for air. Please. Let me live. I will never harm you or why your friend ever again. Just please. Let me go. He begged as he tried to get out of Goku's grasp. One of Goku's eyes twitched. You think, after you have hunted Chi-Chi down and clearly hurt her, that I would let you pathetic excuse for a leader live? He yelled. Goku turned the man around to make him stare down at Chi-Chi's broken form. Look at her, you bastard. Don't you think you don't deserve what you did to Chi-Chi? Goku then tightened his grip on the ruler's neck. Take a look. You were the one who beat her and did this to her. She only disobeyed an order. What gives you the right to make her suffer for something so minor? Tell me. Goku screamed into his ear. He grabbed onto Goku's hands and tried pull them off of him. Guards. Eliminate him, he yelped. Goku's eyes flashed wide open and summoned a big aura to surround the two, knocking back any upcoming guards. I've had enough of you, you sick bastard. He then took his other hand and put it upon his face. N number please. Spare me, he whispered out. Go beg for your life in hell. He yelled as he released a ki blast that went straight through his head, instantly killing him. And now people surrounding the scene began to either scream or cry in fear, or cheer in happiness that the ruler was dead. Goku released the ruler's corpse while some anger flooded out of him. Just when he thought it was all over, he then heard many enraged battle cries. He started to feel uneasy as he was not expecting nothing to happen next. He killed the king. Attack and take his life along with the female. A guard shouted. Goku looked around to see hundreds of men break towards him and Chi-Chi. He noticed that the audience in the stadium was now escaping in fear as the kingdom guards began to fill up the place to attack the new threat. Goku glanced down at Chi-Chi in horror. She was still tied up and looked all battered and broken. Her life was standing on the edge as he saw more of her blood leaving her. So he did the only thing he could do. He started shooting ki blasts to kill as many men as he could. He needed to get Chi-Chi out of the stadium fast, or she'll be as good as gone as the ruler's corpse lying in between them. He gathered up a bunch of energy in his palms and then released big blue blasts upon the guards, disintegrating big amounts of the men. I need to get Chi-Chi out of here, or I'll lose her. I need to make move and fast. So he decided to end the chaos as he gathered his hands at his side and charged up his signature attack. Kamehameha, he said softly as a big blue ball formed in his hands, and then screamed when he aimed his hands at the guards. Ha! He screamed as he watched everyone before him disintegrate. He let out a sigh of relief knowing he successfully defeated all of his enemies and was ready to take Chi-Chi away from the place. He needed to get here healed quickly. But just when he thought everything was over, he heard a surprised cry from behind. Goku glanced back to see Chi-Chi in a headlock by one of the surviving guards. Oh Kami, you've gotta be kidding me. Goku frowned and glared at him. Just let her go, he growled. You killed the ruler right in front of our eyes. Don't you think you should see someone important in your life die right in front of your eyes? He replied with a smirk as he took out a sword and pressed it against Chi-Chi's neck. Goku clenched his teeth. Look, just let Chi-Chi go, and no one will get hurt. Do it and I'll spare your life. He spat. The black-haired man laughed. What a joke. I'll have this woman's head cut off by the time you can catch me. What makes you think you can kill me before I kill her? He said as his smirk widened. Goku sneered and charged up a ki blast. Oh, I'll show you, he said as he shot the man through the heart, and Chi-Chi was released from the captor's grasp. Goku came up to take Chi-Chi into his arms and told her, let's get you fixed up. We need to get you some help. Chi-Chi weakly nodded with a smile. Okay, and I am so glad you came to save me. Thank you Goku, she said softly. Goku smiled back. I'm just glad that you're still alive, he said and quickly added, I love you Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's smile widened. I love you too Goku. The couple now was settled together under the rays of the sun at the edge of a forest after a week of Chi-Chi recovering. They snuggled together until Goku suddenly tapped Chi-Chi's shoulder. She glanced up at him with a concerned look. What is it Goku? She asked. Goku smiled and then stared into her eyes. You know, we forgot to do something, he said smoothly. What are you talking about? I mean, we didn't finish something. Goku answered, trying to get Chi-Chi to figure out what he was referring to. Though she had no clue what he was talking about, she gave him an odd stare. Goku, what are you getting at? Goku's smile widened as he tapped her playfully on the nose. The only reason we got into all that mess in the first place. Just think why that all happened, he softly giggled. Chi-Chi blinked a few times and pondered before it hit her. Her mouth opened in surprise and she said, you mean? Yep, we never got to finish our journey in finding all the Dragon Balls, he interrupted as he laid himself and Chi-Chi onto the ground below them, letting the tree above them shade them from the sun. Though not long afterwards Chi-Chi stood up and stared down at Goku with an uneasy look. She dusted her white lace dress off and said, "Well, let's go search for the rest then. We finally got time to ourselves, and no one to chase after us, so why not find them all now?" Goku closed his eyes as he put his arms behind his head as a pillow, his smile widening. "But Chi-Chi, I see no reason in finding the rest," he said softly, letting the light wind brush his wild hair around. Chi-Chi gasped, with her eyes widened in alarm. "But why not? We don't have many to find and we need to finish, don't we?" Goku chuckled. "Yeah, well, that was when we had a reason to find them. But now it's different, don't you think?" Goku then stood up alongside Chi-Chi and whispered in her ear, "And to be honest, I already have what I want. My destiny." He put his arms around her slim waist while burying his face into her loose long hair, "has been here the whole time. It's been you all along. So I see no reason to wish for anything else when I have you with me." She turned around in his arms and scoffed. "You big lug." She laughed while grabbing onto his loose blank tank top and standing on her tippy toes to sneak a kiss. Goku chuckled sheepishly. "What? You know it's true, Chi-Chi." Chi-Chi then broke into laughter and playfully slapped his chest. "Yeah, sure, but I still love you, you goof." She squealed when she was picked up bridal style in Goku's arms. He laughed at her sudden reaction. "What? You must know by now that I'm unpredictable," he said with a wink. Chi-Chi puckered her lips. "Oh yeah, just like when you transformed back at the kingdom. You're full of surprises." Goku shrugged his shoulders and smiled. "Well, it just happened, I guess," he said as he stared into Chi-Chi's eyes and then said, "Let's go home." Chi-Chi grinned and nodded. "Okay," she answered, but then tightened her grip on Goku when she noticed he wouldn't let her back down onto the ground. She got a little nervous and said shakily, "Gee, Goku. Aren't you going to let me down?" "Goku." Goku softly chuckled, which gave Chi-Chi a scare. "Hold on, Chi-Chi." Her eyes widened. "Goku. Oh, you little sneak," she cried out. Goku smirked at her. "Don't worry, Kai, I won't drop ya." Chi-Chi huffed as she crossed her arms over her chest. "Well, I guess I don't have any other choice. A big muscly man is holding me tightly in his arms. I don't think I'm going anywhere but flying home with you," she pouted. "It's just like the first time we flew with you in my arms," Goku said, smile still present. "Well, you actually warned me before we took off, OFFF." Chi-Chi shrieked and immediately wrapped her arms around Goku's neck as soon as he took off into the sky towards home. "Goku. You better not try anything. What, like this? Goku. Chi-Chi screamed as Goku pretended to drop her while in the air. "That wasn't funny, Goku." Goku chuckled as they continued home with a very anxious Chi-Chi. The end. Thanks for watching.